The Recommendations row is a central feature of the Android TV home screen. You can place recommendations here to prominently feature content and to enable your users to effortlessly start playback. Notice that when the recommendation card is selected, the background image of the home screen changes to reflect it. In code, recs work a lot like notifications. Basically, you issue a recommendation by creating a notification. Cool, right? As apps issue notifications, they're collected by the notification manager. The Leanback launcher then displays these notifications as recommendation cards in the Recommendations row on the Android TV home screen. To create a good user experience, Android TV looks at all the available recs and ranks them using an internal algorithm. The more often a user picks one of your recommendations, the more prominently they'll be displayed in the future. Also, it's best practice not to have more than 2 or 3 recommendations active at a single time. Let's take a look at how this works in code. To make issuing recommendations easier, the Leanback sample provides the Recommendation Builder class. This class uses the builder design pattern to construct recommendations, and if you're curious, check out the Instructor Notes. You can reuse this in your own code. Let's take a look at how it works for completeness. First, we'll issue notifications using Notification Compat, which you saw in the Wearables section. This class is included with the Android v4 support library. Let's take a look inside the build method to see how we construct our recommendation notification. Scrolling down a bit, you'll see here's where we start constructing our notification. You might be aware that notifications have 4 available styles: big picture, big text, inbox, and media. Here, we always use big picture so we can set a background image for the card. Details on each style are in the notes if you're curious. Scrolling down a bit more, to indicate this notification is actually a recommendation, we set a category, like this. We need to set both a large and small icon. The small icon is a drawable resource for a badge icon on the card, and the large icon is used as the card background image. We set local only to true to indicate this notification is for the current device only. To learn more about the other fields, check out the link in the Instructor Notes. Also notice that when a recommendation card is selected, the background image of the Android TV home screen changes to reflect it. The image we used for the background image is a large bitmap. It's too big for a notification. Instead, we'll use a content URI to provide its location. But first, to serve this image, we'll use a simple content provider and implement only its OpenFile method. We'll do this right inside the Recommendation Builder class, and here's how our bare-bones content provider looks. The only method with an implementation is OpenFile. A parcel file descriptor, by the way, is used to send a file descriptor across different processes. In this case, from our sample app to the Leanback Launcher app. Moving back to the build method, here's how we get a background image. Notice, by the way, that this method is also called inside our content provider to resolve the background image from an ID. At this point, we can create a content URI that indicates the background image. We put this notification into the bundle using the extra background image URI key. Finally, we'll set a pending intent to take users straight to the details fragment when they select our recommendation. If you prefer, you can also jump directly into playback. To see how this works, we'll need to take a look at another class called Update Recommendation Service. We'll use this class to keep our recommendations current by updating them from time to time. And performing a small job regularly sounds like a perfect job for an intent service. We'll actually start this service when an Android TV boots up, and we'll see how to do that shortly. First, let's cover what it does.